Another is, and I think this I know that it may not be a very popular thing to say, every Indian trusts him as an Indian and a patriotic person, just because the monopoly of patriotism is not only of the people who are within the government. People in every field. I think I found most of the patriotic people in my media, amongst my media friends. All private sector is not traitor. This country cannot economically prosper unless our private sector becomes strong. See, President Obama comes and talks to the parliament and talks about it, and he says that, well, I'm taking away the orders for my private sector of $10 billion. Now, we probably would be even afraid of this thing for promoting our private sector in the countries abroad. We should be doing it. And Indian corporate getting all over the world probably is something to our advantage. See how much China is trying to do that, and every other world with this thing. We have developed a mindset that probably if we are doing that, corruption is involved. No, corruption is not involved. Indian government has got too many things, but Indian government is not a business house. It cannot be a corporate house, it cannot supplement them. And we cannot have big Indian corporate houses unless capital formation takes place. And capital formation cannot take place unless the profits are created. And if the profits are not created, capital formation doesn't take place. If capital formation doesn't take place, investments do not take place. If investments do not take place, employment is not created. If employment is not created, the revenues are not created. If the revenues are not created, government cannot pay for it, for the expenditure that it has got to do. After all, at the end of it, all the money that we are spending on our army, on our police, on our defense, on our railways, communications, space, this thing, they are very, very expensive things. Where is this money coming from? We can't treat them as enemies. We have to change the mindset. Bad amongst them must be put behind the bars. There should be, hardest rules should be made about this thing, but suspecting everyone and creating an environment where they cannot grow, both within the country and outside India. Then India can rise up to a level. Beyond a level, if it has to rise, then India's business houses and corporate houses will have to grow. See, China is a communist country. And see how much of the Huawei or any of these Alibabas or others, how big corporates they become, and how much the Chinese government has supported them. And China's global domination today, economic domination today, is not because of the Chinese government companies. It is because these Chinese, which are almost the government companies. And that is what we would like, that our private sector companies are almost the Indian government companies. They pursue and perform and promote the Indian strategic interest to that extent that probably we have got the basis over there. And that is what global corporates are doing.